Ninjago is honestly an inconsistent show. It has many ups and downs, but some seasons are largely hated in the community, so in today's video I'll talk about what I think is Ninjago's worst season or seasons. Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So I know that this is the second negative Ninjago video in a row, but it's okay, there will be better ideas in the future. So in this video I'll compare a few seasons that I think are the worst in Ninjago. So yeah, let's get started. So one of the two seasons that I'm gonna talk about today is Season 7, The Hands of Time. I think it's safe to say that this is by far the most hated Masters of Spinjitzu season, and there are countless reasons for this. Ninjago was on a really good momentum, with each season from the rebooted to Skybound era being better than the previous one. Rebooted was an okay start to that era, then Tournament of Elements was decent, Possession was good, and Skybound was actually very good. But then we get Hands of Time, which was a huge downgrade and really destroyed the great streak that the show had. The main reason why this season turned out to be a failure was because the head writers who wrote every single episode of Ninjago up until that point decided to take a break from Ninjago and hand the writing task to a different guy. And unfortunately, this person had zero experience with Ninjago, so he ended up getting a season that completely doesn't feel like Ninjago. This is the worst that the writing gets in the entire show. All the ninja don't feel like themselves at all, and the dialogue and humor are just dreadful. The plot was also really bad, and the season was extremely boring and forgettable. And to top all of that, this is by far Ninjago's worst animated season. The only redeeming parts of the season were the first and last episode, but episodes 2 through 9 were all extremely bad. And also the soundtracks are very good. Hands of Time was really the first season that in the community that received backlash. There are other seasons like Season 2 and Rebooted that get a lot of hate nowadays, but at the time they were aired, they had mostly positive reaction. So Hands of Time was the first season to get much hate. But the second season that got as much hate as Hands of Time was Season 11, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, which makes it, in my opinion, the biggest rival for Season 7 for the title of Ninjago's worst season. Season 11 was huge for Ninjago, and sadly it was in a negative way. This season was so controversial that it got hate even before we got any episodes at all. And it's because of the Teletoon trailer. The 2019 fans will remember that period. The community went crazy over that animation. But this season ended up having a slightly better animation than that, which was also hated at the time. This season made countless new changes, and not a single one of them got received well. Not even by the show creators. Bragishut, who is the new head writer for the show, expressed how much he didn't like the transition to 11-minute episodes, not to mention the other downsides of the season, which are too much filler, very rushed or slow pace, the more childish tone, and countless other problems. This was the first season that had this much changes, and we all know that people won't easily accept change, and that's one of the reasons why this season ended up being extremely hated. I honestly think people like it a bit more now, as they got used to the changes, but I still think it's by far one of the most hated ones. So which season do I dislike more? Hands of Time or Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu? I think both are really bad and they downgrade Ninjago's quality overall, but I'll say that Season 11 is worse because it has a lot worse and more impactful problems. I absolutely hate the 11 minutes format. Season 7 episodes were mostly boring, but at least I felt like I'm watching a real TV show, not some cheap Lego show with 10 minutes episodes that's just way too short and makes none of the episodes feel impactful. Heck, even the writer said that the whole team prefers the 22 minutes episodes. Also, Season 7 at least provided some interesting backstory and lore, which makes it important, but Season 11 is extremely skippable, not a single important thing happens in it. Even the backstory it provides is very confusing and it's better to watch the show without knowing about it. So overall, I think both seasons were negative, but at least Season 7 was important and had an interesting backstory, with more impactful episodes compared to Season 11 that was very unimportant, with even worse writing and more filler. And the terrible impact Season 11 had on the community is a lot worse. So I'll give the title of Ninjago's worst season to Season 11, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to tell me in the comments what is your worst or your least favorite Ninjago season and what do you think of this video. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with friends, and I'll see you next time.